inspecting and deciding how our design's gonna look. I mean, I think there's ways to do it. The big question would be whether it's allowed to go towards the consulting fee.
You know, Joe? That's something we'll ask.
We could put
They
that
can
towards
do
the
that.
consulting fee for the
There
overall
needs to be
plan.
an overall plan.
Yes.
Right.
5,000 will get us started, but
Okay, they'll do mine.
Anything-
Well, that and we gotta get moving.
Yeah, anything in the meetings you all been with Tony, you know anything about that as far as anything?
Stipulations.
On the stipulation of the $5,000.
I don't think we've met on
Okay,
anything.
all right. Well, we'll get on that and we'll make sure we bring it up at next DMI, Downtown Warren Incorporated meeting.
Well, I guess my question, Tom, for anybody, are we too early to say that we would like to do an RFP for a consulting fee for us? I mean, that's where you gotta start. You can't do it without it.
That's what we did.
I mean, you have to.
I can tell you, they're not cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying, but we gotta start. And we gotta have that
I get-
number before your budget committee starts meeting to see if it's feasible.
Well, first thing we do is see if we can use that towards it, but we still have to do it anyway.
You still gotta do it, so my
Regardless.
suggestion would be that we do an RFP for it.
Okay.
Again, if you need any assistance, I mean,
I'm saying, we
this
might
would be
borrow
the
their
second
RFP.
time I've been through it. You know, we've got the RFP, but again, you can tailor it to fit your
It doesn't
needs.
hurt, I mean, we gotta know
No,
where
I'm
we're
fine.
going.
I agree.
I think signage is the face of our community.
The only difference with us, it's probably gonna have to be scoped, it's gonna have to be
Yeah.
phased, you know.
Yeah, but still.
So do we.
Plan.
Ours is phased,
Yeah, I
believe me,
mean,
it's
you
a
start
big
doing all
number.
your internals, it's gonna be
Yeah.
expensive,
Oh, very expensive.
but, yeah.
Well, and what we can do is continue, and I appreciate the collaboration, I know that was the number one thing you all wanted to do.
Yep.
And, you know, we can continue that for the, I call the overall, you know, just the basic get downtown thing, we can do that, and then all your internals you all have to obviously do, but that's one thing that we need, I mean, you know, it's simple, we have street signs, but
You can't read them.
you can't read them,
If
and
you're
they're,
driving through town, the nicest place I've ever lived, they had huge
Mhm.
street signs, and if you're driving, you could read them. You know, you
They're
didn't,
big enough, right? Big
Yeah.
enough
Ken, if you
font.
would just slow down below 30, you'll be able to see those.
Yeah.
Slow down below 30. I wish you'd speed up above 10.
All the different points of view we have.
All right,
all right,
Sorry.
Thank
so,
you.
thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
so I guess I would make a motion that, the mayor and his management team put together an RFP to present as soon as possible. I don't know if we can get it by the next.
Well, that's, Joe's eyes got really big over there when you said
I know it's
that.
not, I know.
Because he
it's
knows
not
who my
easy.
management team is, his name's Joe Parson.
I
So,
second it.
All right.
You got an RFP, I mean, we could copy it, but.
Rick,
No problem, Joe. Thank you. No problem.
Rick, we appreciate you volunteering to be part of our management team.
Thanks so much.
I'm here to help.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We got a second, any discussion?
Second. You've done
I-
a second?
Second, any discussion?
Caroline, second.
Hearing none, please call roll.
yes.
Carew,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Oosley,
Yes.
Teeger.
Yes.
All right. Future growth and development, Joe?
Most of our projects that you can look at in our, the list I've given you are about 50/50 in remodel or construction. We're still staying probably ahead of the curve on most of the state of Kentucky, but just like the state, I was having a conversation with the state inspector the other day, and it looks like that more and more remodel is picking up as the economy changes. And we see a lot of people drifting into changing out some things and adjusting to some newer styles. But buildings still, for the most part, for our area, we still have a decent amount for the size community we are. And it continues with the planning commission. We have several projects that could begin that have not, but they continue to stay steady this year.
When's that project on 340 Northwestern gonna start?
I need to get someone who is willing to bid on it.
It's been on our list for a month.
Wait, you can drive by a lot.
All right, thank you, Joe. Move on to,
That one's been red.
Before you move on.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, and I'm not sure where this should come, but, at the last meeting, we were gonna get a report from Greg on the flood committee rapid response team. I wanna keep bringing that up because
I
one of
know,
the problems we've had is that we've let these things slide by us.
my fault again. Florida for a week and then the surgery's put me off. I
Okay,
apologize.
all right.
We talked about that, that's why this is up, and she could not get the photos to load.
And I've talked to Chief Anderson, I have, been with Ronnie Day. I've contacted the National Weather Service out of Jackson and got the stuff I need. It's just not on that flash drive ready to go up. I came down early to meet with Greg to go over it, and we couldn't get it. I apologize.
But we are continuing to.
You will have it next month
All right.
unless this arm gets.
And just helping us, you know, you would make that part of the minutes, so we
You
we
can
can see
follow
it.
it.
We can keep revisiting until, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other question, any other comments? We'll move on then to number 10, ratification of payment of monthly bills and statements.
So moved.
Moved by, and second by Jan. Thank you, Jan.
I have a question,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
don't mind.
No, ma'am.
On page 26, on the sheets, on the back page,
Yes, ma'am.
2791, next to the last on the bottom.
No.
It's a tax lien release where someone didn't pay their property taxes and a lien was put on it, and they came in and paid it, and we released it.
Thank you.
They're on there every month.
For some reason, that one.
Any other discussion or questions?
Why is it on something that, oh, we
They
pay,
pay us, we walk
we
down there and
pay
pay.
Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we put a lien against their property, because they didn't pay.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Discussion? Hearing none, then please call roll.
Bishop,
Yes.
Carew,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Osley,
Yes.
Tigger.
Yes.
Item 11, general business agenda, as we go into A, unfinished business. A1, update on fire and police station department headquarters. Joe and I are continuing to look every day at the best options we have for the city as far as our main three objectives, or that we try to go, as our criteria will be location, price, and timely manner. And we are continuing to look. It's an everyday thing. And we think we've got some ideas, but we always want to have a contingency plan or two, and that's what we even talked about today. So, any questions about that or anything? Okay. Moving on then to item 2A2, second reading of an ordinance amendment for the Parks and Recreation Department fees and refund policy.
so moved.
Second.
Second by Carolyn. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Bishop,
Yes.
Carew,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Osley,
Yes.
Tigger.
Yes.
Item 3, under 11A, first reading of ordinance to close a portion of Lee Clay Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Glenn, second by Jan. Any discussion?
yeah, and then, remind me of the reason why we're doing this?
Is that the request of Mr. Fugit?
Mhm.
Came, I think he's gonna use it as parking.
It's not through the street anyways.
It's like
That's right.
It's stopped
Okay.
right in front of Cox's Market, the old
Mm.
Cox's Market, I mean, it just stopped anyway, so he's taking it over.
It's like a jut out piece of road. It's not even a,
I remember that, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
okay? Call roll, please.
Bishop,
Yes.
Carew,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Osley,
Yes.
Tigger.
Yes.
Move on into 11A4, update on property taxes.
I included a memo in your packets, we've collected about 94% of what was billed, so.
Sounds great to me. I can't recall where we were at this point in time last year, but that sounds.
It's faster this year, I know from the school board standpoint.
And what, do you have a reason? Do you?
I'd like to think the economy's good, but people are paying early, I mean,
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's just a really good thing, not just for the city, but it speaks to the whole communities.
Well, and, I've got to give credit for credit's due. We have a very hardworking staff here. I know that Chrissy and Pepper and Helen stay on top of it as far as making sure, and I know it really took a lot in December, didn't we? I mean, it seemed like it was always a lot. So, you all, I think it's good to keep this, we can keep everybody up. Let us know every month, and I appreciate Chrissy doing that, taking care of it, so.
It'd probably be good, I know we see it in the budget figures, but just to compare the previous years, just to.
And we're working on that, yeah, we're gonna work on that, and show you, and maybe do like a 3-year, 5-year, whatever, just kinda show that. I agree with you, Tom, especially when we get ready to start budget talks for any time, any day, we start that stuff, so.
Question,
Yes, sir.
credit card machine.
Yes, we are, I'll let Chrissy handle that. That'll be at the next meeting. We talked about it at our last meeting we had here, our all-day work session. And Chrissy, did you,
I was able to talk to the county clerk that did use the GovTeller.
Robertson County?
I think it's actually Woodford County.
Woodford County, okay.
And she said she couldn't say enough good things about it. It was a seamless process. She was very happy with it. You know, I'm just, and she actually gave me better contact information for people with GovTeller because I'm not getting able to touch base with them for whatever reason. And that's kind of discouraging, but then she says that she was more than happy. She couldn't recommend anything better. And they do offer, like, for us, it would be zero cost processing. Like, they directly collect any processing fees from the taxpayer, so we wouldn't have any budget implications for us.
And what's exciting about it too, can be easily implemented, and I've talked to a person who's helping with the website, and you know, it's gonna be online, and that's gonna be good as well.
Yeah, it can be online, and they do have the machines. There is, you know, a cost associated with those, but, you know, I'll have more in-depth information next meeting.
We'll have a presentation for you, yes,
Well,
ma'am.
they send us a report every day about what's,
I think she said, the clerk I talked to, she said they got their money, you know, next day when anyone paid.
with a
that.
report of who has paid.
I'm sure there's recording.
I'm sure there's something, you know.
I ran into a little problem with the state on one of my reports and they don't have any way to find it. You've gotta pull the number.
Transaction
They don't get a
transaction number?
report, yeah, they don't get a report on who has processed water, if it went through or not, so that's,
Okay, that'll be something I'll be sure to ask about when.
Okay.
Our goal with this is to not only let you come up here and use a credit card to pay your bills, fees, whatever, online, and also to have it available at the police station for parking tickets, as well as the recreation department, both online and in person. And we think, we're trying to get that verified, that when they have signups, they can do them remotely. So if they have you know, to try to draw it out. And so 94% without all of that, I'm really excited. So I'm hoping that that'll bump it to, you know, even more. So, but it's what's needed to happen for a long time, and it's just, we want to do our due diligence and find the best cost for us. And I think that, from what she's gathered, this is gonna be a good, we might even try to get the lady to come in and see if she may wanna talk to us or do something, and maybe even come to the next meeting.
Well, I think whoever it is a must to give us a demonstration, especially with the
Yes.
ability to pull reports.
Oh, without a doubt.
Well, I think they need to give you all the demonstration.
Yeah,
I don't
first.
think-
No, that's what I meant, come here to.
I don't think city council.
No, come here for us, is what we're saying. Okay,
Glenn sees enough of that during his
Just saying.
day.
any other, questions about that? All right. Move in then to new business, under B1, approval of bids for fire department tools and truck.
We're doing them separately or together?
Those should be separately.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from High Tech Rescue for the hydraulic rescue tools in the amount of $19,105.20.
Second.
Any discussion?
Question.
Question's been called?
Is,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can ask a question.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is this the grant money?
This is all 100% grant, of course, we pay for it, then submit proper
Yeah.
paperwork
Okay.
back to them,
Get
finishing
reimbursed.
out the grant, and get reimbursed.
So these are brand new
Homeland
tools,
Security,
brand new tools, right?
these are brand new tools, and they work with our current system also, so
Great.
we can mix them together.
That was a big key, because we didn't want to make our other
Yeah.
stuff obsolete. Get more out of that, okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Bishop,
Yes.
Peru,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Beasley,
Yes.
Seeger.
Yes.
Do we have a motion to accept the bid on the truck?
So moved.
So moved by,
You love it.
Second.
Wait a minute, what truck?
You gotta name it.
The pickup.
The half-ton
pickup
4x4 crew cab
And the
truck
price.
from Larry Fanning, amount of $32,679.51, is that what you're referring
That's
to?
it, that was it. We
Second.
took the word out of my mouth.
any discussion?
yeah, I guess I should point out that the bid from Fannon's slightly higher than the bid from the company in Louisville. What about, I guess after you figure the transportation in, $293 higher? Is that creating problems to us?
No,
Okay.
no, that was the best bid.
He said,
Overall,
Overall.
all things considered.
All things considered, right.
Okay.
can I ask a question?
Have I called?
You got a first and second on the second.
You go ahead and talk.
Strike yet? Is it strike yet?
It hadn't even ordered yet.
Oh. Can't wait to see you drive. Can't wait to see you off.
No.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, please call roll.
Bishop,
Yes.
Peru,
Yes,
Franzini,
Yes.
Beasley,
Yes.
Seeger.
Yes.
Moving into the next one, the last one on new business. Before I go, was everyone able to view the PowerPoint?
I haven't.
no,
That was included on the,
the PowerPoint for,
for the police station.
I could not view the one from the police station.
I haven't,
I don't
yet.
know that, yeah, it didn't come to my work email.
Well, it was on,
It was in e-meetings because it was too large to attach in an email.
and he,
Oh,
she sent a note on that to everybody.
I couldn't view
On
it in
Wednesday.
my e-meetings because I had
Yeah,
tried
when-
tablet.
Okay.
But
Well,
it's
we'll,
not, okay, where is it in e-meeting?
Yeah, I mean,
Under other city business.
so you go to emeeting.com and then other city business.
Oh, it just says Moore Police Department.
so what we can
I'm doing
do,
it right now.
Oh, it's a good one.
so what we, all right, well, do me a favor, when you get a chance to view it, if not, I'll
Mhm.
provide you with a flash drive.
Okay.
Because it basically shows the condition of the firehouse.
Firehouse or the police station?
The police station, I'm sorry, the firehouse was the other day. We don't have a PowerPoint on that, but the chief's taking photos on it.
I need to, if you'll slide that on that drive for me. 'Cause
And I've got drives if you would rather me put it on the drive, if you can't get on your computer, so let me know before we leave. All right, sorry, didn't want to steal your thunder. Police statistics for 2015.
Mayor, wanted to give you a copy of this. We've been doing these for probably about the last 4 or 5 years. Just kind of shows you the little trends of what's been going on. As to why not, so why one crime is bigger than the other or less, I really can't say. So I'll take any questions if you have any about
Do you see, what's,
I would say there ain't trends concern you.
yes,
them. No.
I didn't.
do you see a major decrease or a major increase in anything?
Well, I see on the shop that we've had went from 160 the previous year to 83 last year. So that's a pretty good reduction. But again, that has nothing to do with us. That's probably
I'm sorry, is that store
not,
policy?
yeah, store policy or didn't have
Because they
any loss
report
prevention.
first. It's their investigation report first, right?
We looked down at our collisions. Collisions actually went up a little bit, but our injuries went down. And then we did have one fatality last year.
As far as, I'm sorry, Beth.
What about DUIs?
Went up,
How much?
went from 85 and 14 to 93 last year.
How many accidents involving DUIs up or down?
I'd have to pull that one up on a different sheet.
Okay. Tom?
AIPI, David?
Alcohol intoxication, public intoxication.
Okay.
Did you notice any difference in your DUIs as far as alcohol compared to drugs?
In the past, we've noticed it seems like the alcohols went down and the drugs went up. But again, I could pull that up for you if you want that. So I gotta go to a different site, different case.
I talked to Officer Blevins and Captain Blevins and talked about, have we got anything on the latest, what's the latest FBI stats we have? I know year before last, we were one of the top 25 safest cities in Kentucky according to them. And that's out of 220 cities. Have you heard anything on that, or is it too
I
early?
got to look at it today, my computer went fried because of the power outage last night, so it's not, we have one in the office right now.
Those FBI stats are so far behind, outdated,
Yeah, they're 2 or 3
and
years
lack
behind.
of collection.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not
So-
they're basically not forced, a lot of places are not even
It's
forced
just
to collect
voluntary
the data.
submittals, so.
So what's the best collection of evidence as far as collection of statistics for that? Is it the state? What, to find that, to come up with that and see all the criteria? I guess it depends on who's doing the study. but-
Probably, but then again, you don't have everybody, every police department doesn't use the state reporting system,
Which is Chris, isn't it?
KWAPS.
KWAPS?
Yeah.
Is that what we use? Okay.
But then
Reports
you
to
still
the
get a
FBI.
high, you still get a high percentage, there's a lot of small departments who use it, so.
And it's usually a time lapse of at least a year reporting.
One thing I do wanna bring up, and I was talking to somebody about this, and see if you can answer this, if not, we can get the information to council, but as far as, length and amount of, sentences that we know of, or arrests for major drug arrests, and people putting, do we know that, or do you have it? It's up a little bit, I think, isn't it?
You know, I'm not sure where I can even find that, I'd probably put it in the courthouse.
Okay, all right. I was talking to
It's
somebody.
not nothing we can.
Right, okay. Any questions for Chief on that, on the statistics? We certainly appreciate it. We, you know, tonight's award notwithstanding, we know that, you all represent us well, and we're very appreciative of it, and, keep on keeping on. All right?
Thank you, Eugene.
Any other questions or anything for Chief? We'll move on then to, other city business, old or new. Anybody, anything? All right, then we'll move around then.
We can't leave though.
I know. I
What do you mean
know.
we can't leave?
Well,
Bruce is not here.
how we gonna adjourn?
Adjourn. No one's ever said those words.
No one's allowed to say
We
anything.
can't, because he has.
Maybe we can call him.
Call him and put him on
More than
speaker.
happy to.
That's what I said, he
Yeah.
can call in.
Jan,
I have
final
nothing.
words?
I have nothing.
Beth,
Oh, I want to adjourn.
Nothing for
Glenn?
me.
Carolyn?
I was wondering if we have any information from MSU regarding the test boards from this.
No, and I'll tell you why. At this point, I met with President Andrews last week, and then Terry White came in, and we are still waiting for an agreement between them. We have to have a written agreement that says, and we're not there yet. They've not given it to us yet. Joyce and I talked to Terry White until Friday, Thursday.
I've got a draft as of tonight.
Okay, he's got a draft as of tonight. Basically, it'll say that they're gonna go on board, and it may not even be suitable for them. But we will probably, will that be handled next month? Then we'll have to handle next month, because you don't have it. We haven't, Joyce hasn't had a chance to
She's gotta
review
take
it.
a look at all that. I mean,
So
it's-
hopefully,
Gotcha.
plan is for March, to be able to have that in front of you. And of course, that'll be just a simple, then once they come back, if it's something they can use, then we'll move forward on whether, like, how they wanna do that. If it's even suitable. Tom, anything else?
Two things.
Yes, sir.
The, Tony Pence, the downtown group, has met with Glenn and I to talk about a downtown hotel. And we'd like Dan Markwell and Bob Albert to come to the next council meeting to talk about a TIF in downtown.
Excellent.
And thought it would be great for city council members to just have a better understanding of what a TIF is and how it might work.
Excellent.
So if we could put them on the agenda,
Yes, sir.
that'd be appreciated. And then we had a power outage last night at a critical time. I wanted to thank KU for getting the power back on. I got to see the end of the game. But publicly thank them. It sounded pretty serious, and they were able to take care of it pretty quickly.
Chief, give us some details. It was 2 transformer fires.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really thinking of fire, it just kind of blew and at the substation and one past it, but, you know, luckily we still have one Kentucky utility guy in our town that Chuck.
We got Chuck Adams there. Chuck Adams is he's so invaluable to us.
Yeah.
He's
and when
never
he
allowed
leaves-
to,
when
he's
he
never
leaves,
allowed to
we'll be
retire.
hurting, Because we've called him many times to pull a meter,
I
and
will
he's on the
text you
spot.
his cell
or-
phone.
Yeah, he's never allowed to retire, Tom, you need to work on
Yeah.
that.
Well, I wanna thank Chuck publicly for
Yeah,
yes.
that work, I mean,
He got it up by himself, he was there, 10 minutes, 15 minutes after I Chief Norcutt contacted him, and, we were waiting on him, and
Chief and I were in contact. I know that the major areas that we always worry about is the hospital, MSU, and of course the nursing home, but we got confirmation.
He does.
Well, we, but the
they probably
nursing
lost
home,
some money. I bet
Yeah.
they need to invest in a generator.
I bet that was interesting.
but the nursing home and the St. Clair, their generator was up. Chief made sure that went by, the lights were on, so that's always a positive. And thankfully, we weren't in the middle of a blizzard or a
Yeah.
flood. So, one other thing, remind everybody that our joint meeting is on the 22nd with fiscal court at 6 PM, and we need joint
Agenda item.
meeting topics by end of this week. If you wanna bring up, please send them to Chrissy or myself. And they're due the same thing to us, so we wanna put them on
We're
for the
not
full
taking any
agenda.
action, right?
No.
So I would just ask that there be kind of an all-encompassing thing of
The
interlocal
meeting
agreements.
here.
Then we don't have to be specific about
Is the meeting here or
The meeting will be at the conference
conference.
center.
at the conference?
Yes,
That way we
6
can
PM.
ask about any interlocal agreements we have.
And it's open, of course.
what about, budget implications? Do they have any,
Yeah,
will,
just-
will their
Well-
budget, have implications for our budget?
Well,
We can put budget discussion.
we can put budget discussions on there.
Mhm.
I think that's
Right.
one of the reasons we want to do it, so we don't have,
Surprises.
yes. So anything else, be thinking about it, if anything specific, we can do it. And if necessary, we can go into closed session, so. All righty, anything else?
Okay.
So we're gonna go to Bruce's proxy. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Bruce's.
No,
Well, no,
Oh, sorry.
she's paid big money for this, Carolyn. Let her-
Excuse me,
Yes.
I didn't recognize the hat.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to a second, all right. Thank everybody for coming and be safe out there.
Thank you, snowy nights.